Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 126. There is an awful lot to get done in today's episode. We're talking finishing off my entire weekend league and a whole plethora of upgrade packs to try and pack a blue. If you do enjoy, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. I'm talking 3,000 likes on this episode as a slightly special episode. I would love you guys to hit that thumbs up button. That'd be amazing. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Team's looking solid. There is lots to be done. I left it at like 8-1, I think it was, in the weekend league, so there was still plenty of games to go. But first of all, there was like a TOTY challenge that I wanted to do, and then, like I said, I obviously wanted to try and do a whole bunch of upgrade packs, and there was a few like different things needed to be put into motion in order to make that happen, and we'll see that as we progress through the episode. So firstly, I have this duplicate untradeable Gabriel Jesus, so like and Pedro as well, I guess. So basically what that did was put me onto one of a couple of SBCs. It was either David Luiz flashback or it was Luis Suarez. But you don't need an inform for Suarez, and that would just be getting it for the sake of it. So I decided that, yes, you know what? I'm going to go for this. I'm going to put my players and that inform dupe into flashback David Luiz, and that's the start of it. That basically commits you to completing this SBC. I knew that there was a bunch of time left on it. You know, like 15 or 16 days, whenever it was when I was recording this. And I knew that I was probably going to be trying to do some upgrade packs, so it would make it a lot cheaper. Like, we just submitted a team there and probably paid, I don't know, for one player in the squad. So it felt like it was very, very cheap. So I had a couple of rare Electrum packs to open, one from the rewards of that and one from the rewards of that TOTY Challenge SBC. The first pack is absolutely tragic. It's not what you want to see, and I've got a feeling that was the tradable one as well. Yeah, you know, so it could have been a lot better. I'm telling you. And then the next one was the untradeable one, because all of David Luiz's SBC rewards are untradeable. Initially, I thought that was a really... I still think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a good thing at all that we're getting untradeable rewards. However, I thought the price looked a little higher. I think he's expensive. However, with the upgrade packs that are out, you can drastically reduce the cost of this player. Now, the upgrade packs will expire tonight at 6 PM, I'm pretty sure, which will be the end of Team of the Year. However, what you have got is, you know, a little bit of time to do it if you haven't done it already, and hopefully you've been doing it since the weekend or since the upgrades came in mid last week, in order to try your very best to get as many. Like, you're trying to get a Team of the Year. If you're doing the upgrade recycling method, you are trying to get yourself a blue from the Prem, probably. Most likely people are doing the Prem ones. Nice squad to come up against first game of the day. By the way, yeah, nice one. But the good thing that comes out of it, if you don't get a Team of the Year, is that you will every now and again pack a high-rated board player, a high-rated walkout player, and what that does is gives you premium fodder for some of these SBCs, like David Luiz. Like, I mean, there's plenty out at the moment. There's even that Trent out at the moment. So I think that possibly might have been considered when they put the prices for these SBCs out, because they do all seem to be a little higher than normal. And when you have upgrade SBCs, what it does is means that your actual overall cost tends to come down a little bit. So maybe it was thought about. I'm not too sure. One thing I will say to you about the weekend league, I know that this is Tuesday's video. I played these games very late at night on Saturday night, so I didn't play the weekend league at all on Sunday. I left it 8-1 on Saturday evening, and then thought, you know what, I need to get this done. Delic scoring yet another goal for the club, by the way. What a beast. I do absolutely love him, I'm not gonna lie. So what you're gonna see here is my wins, all right? There were a lot of times where I quit out of games when I went 1 or 2-0 down, and I just completely lost focus or lost the care for my record, even when I'd started at 8-1 in this weekend league. I just needed to get to 14 wins that night, Saturday night, late Saturday night, before I went to sleep. for a very specific reason, and you'll see that as we progress through the episode. So yeah, what you will see here, it may look like I'm just going into games and getting loads of rage quits, but actually a lot of the time it's because maybe my former dropped a couple because I'd rage quit a couple myself, but it's pointless to show you them. So but we do end up coming up against a couple of really, really good squads. And, I mean, if they're in this video, that means that I'm going to beat them because I'm only showing my wins. So the next opponent we come up against has this team. I was like, what? That is obviously the best team I've ever faced. Nearly a full Team of the Year squad with a Maldini, a Pele, and an inform Aguero randomly. He could have probably got the Scream one with all the money that he's got, and it would have been a better card. But yeah, what I would say about this guy is that I think I was better than him. I think I was a better player than this guy with his mega team. But I mean, when you get to a level of squad of having all of those Team of the Years, like, it's gonna hold your hand a little bit through the game. I actually get given a penalty and a chance to basically like set this game up for myself to really win, and it got saved by Team of the Year Alisson. But at half-time, you can see that I'm kind of dominating. I get through in the second half, 2-0. No, I've hit the post with Messi. That again gives me a chance to win this game, see this game out. I get through with Mbappe, hit the post again. What is my luck in this game? What am I doing wrong? I'm hitting everything terribly. And then this goes in. I mean, look at that. I think I accidentally moved my goalkeeper to the far post, which is why when he even got to it and got a hand to it, that's why it ended up still going in. But I hit him back straight on the bounce. I get myself that goal to go 2-1 up with Bernardo Silva. And then I think kickoff goals me straight away, just gets back into this game with Kevin De Bruyne, who is a two-footed player. Like, you can't tell which way he's going to go, and with the shooting that he's got, it's always very dangerous. So I felt really hard done by to be 2-2 at 90 minutes against this mega team. And then look at this. We're in extra time. I've knocked it across. It's gone to the wrong player, but Messi has somehow still managed to find the back of the net. I just wanted that to whoever was in front of him. Probably it was Mbappe or something, but yeah, I don't know what was going on. And then Ryan Kent, look at it. He's so quick. He just gets through and he bursts it into the top of the net. And we are 4-2 up against this absolute super squad. I'm talking tens of millions of coins this squad is worth. And we end up getting through and scoring a fifth. And I'm like, I actually can't believe it. I've dominated this game against the best team I've ever seen. And I've ended up winning. So, GG's to my opponent. But yeah, by looking at that, I think we dominated. I think we really did deserve that victory. So in a weekend league where I was quitting against rubbish teams, losing against bad teams, getting quick rage quits, quitting myself, like, I just tended to not care. That one actually meant quite a lot just because it was up against such a crazy squad. And then the very next game, I come up against Team of the Year Kante, Inform Neymar, Pele, Eusebio, like another crazy mega squad. And just look at this, by the way. Look at what this guy's doing with his Kante. Look how quick he is at jockeying. Like, and obviously that's how he decided he wanted to defend, which is why I just stood there still thinking, come on, mate, you can pressure me. But I get very fortunate. I get through and the bobble just sort of comes off the goalkeeper into Griezmann, who I probably had just substituted off. But I'm 1-0 up. I turn the defender with Messi and I go 2-0 up and he insta-quits. He dashboards that Xbox and I get the win. So it did feel really quite good to get 2 wins against 2 ridiculous teams. I know that my squad itself is brilliant as well, so there's no doubt in that. But, some of these teams are just on another level. We then come up against another very meta squad. I'd say the only player in that squad that I wouldn't consider super meta is probably Hulk. It seems a weird choice at this stage of the game, but who knows? Maybe he enjoys using him. But I end up going 1-0 down. I thought it was quite a good save from Van der Sar, but actually he parried it straight back to Vieira, who managed to head home. But I hit this guy pretty much straight away afterwards. We ran down the other end, tapped that ball across, and Leo Messi's there to score the goal. And then a Berber spin, knocked that one into Mbappe. I mean, look at that. Comes off the post. How on earth? But we are going to push through. I felt like I could really beat this guy. And when Messi just cuts it back to Kylian Mbappe and I put my foot through it, We end up going 2-1 up, and he's going to quit at that point. I was a bit shocked, I'm not going to lie, to see the quit at that stage, only at 2-1. But I think right there, guys, that is probably my 14th win. I think it is anyway. Yeah, it was. That was the last opponent I needed to face, and that was probably 2 a.m. on Saturday night by the time I'd finished all of that. And I couldn't even tell you what my record was. I quit a whole bunch of games, but I was 8-1 at one point, so I would imagine we were 14-8. I don't know what it was. I literally didn't care. So you see in the player bios from my weekend league, ended up, my final stats from the weekend league. Again, some of these players have also played squad battles, so you might not want to, I think Mbappe's record is currently ridiculous, as is Perisic on the bench. He's played 2 games and got 18 goals for me. He must have been involved in my 40-0 thrashing of someone on squad battles earlier in the week. But yeah, that was the weekend league done. And then I had to do this. So in order to spend the whole of the next day grinding upgrade packs, I had to get coins. And it is with, I really didn't want to sell him because he is so good. And I hope that is not the last time I see Team of the Year De Ligt in my squad. I thought, you know what, we might as well take the profit for him. And I also listed Messi. Surprisingly enough, I also listed Messi. Now, spoiler alert, he's not going to sell, and I end up putting him back in my club. But I just thought I needed one of them to sell. I needed some coins by the time I woke up in the next morning to grind my packs. None of them sold overnight. I stuck Messi back in the club, and I had to reduce De Ligt's price to 859. But he sold at that when we bought him for 762. So we've nearly made 100k before tax on this player. So we actually made good profit. So the club was set at 827k. It then came down to 694k because I'd spent a whole bunch of money on these 11 players right here over and over and over again. 10 times, 15 times, whatever it was. I just got a squad that would work for upgrade packs. The players cost about 1,000 coins each, so it was about 10 to 11k per go. And I ended up making sure that I ended up getting 15 of the premium player packs. So as you can see, when you get a pack, you then go to try and open it. It tells you you've got items to deal with, and that whole bunch of players, I just left a load of players in unassigned and just built packs on packs on packs on packs. Now, you're not going to see every single one of those packs. You're just going to see what is a board or a walkout. But essentially, if you build 10 or 15 packs and you spent 150k to do so, or nearly 200k, whatever it was, then you get the chance to do the premium packs. Every time you get a duplicate, like right here, you then build one of the 3-player packs using those 2 players. So you're just recycling over and over again. We end up getting ourselves a walkout here from, I think, a bad 3-player pack. It ended up being a French goalkeeper, which is, of course, going to be Hugo Lloris. So that right there is great. That's premium fodder. That's another high-rated player that we can use in the David Luiz SBC. So yeah, we've spent 150k. We could have just gone down the route of spending that 150k on the players for that particular David Luiz SBC. What's this? Oh, I thought I got a TOTY. Ended up being Kepa. And because I haven't packed a Team of the Year yet, I thought that blue was the right blue. I know that I know it's a troll, but I genuinely thought that looked different to a UCL blue. So I got so excited. And it made me realise, yep, my heart does work, because it made the heart race a little bit. But yeah, we ended up getting Kepa, and that trolled me a little bit. And I know that once you get past the flicker in the stuff that comes down there, you can see along the side walls if it's going to be a Team of the Year or not. That's obviously the point where I knew that I wasn't getting myself a Team of the Year blue. Another premium fodder here, Bernardo Silva. We seem to be packing him quite a lot, actually. So that's good. That's a good 87. You tend to pack quite a lot of the higher rated Man City players. That's what I seem to get anyway. And then we end up getting boards from the next pack. What's this one going to be? English, probably CDM. Yeah, so that's just like a Jordan Henderson. It's an 83. And the thing to do is, so every duplicate you get, if it's like a lower rated dupe, then you recycle and make another pack. If you end up then getting a duplicate of a player which is high enough rated to go into an SBC, that's when you stop and think, have I got enough fodder to maybe buy a couple of other players, stick that duplicate and some of the other fodder into one of the David Luiz SBCs, and then complete the next part of that. So that's exactly how it went through in my head. Walk out here. What's this one going to be? That's Portuguese. Well, you know that that's going to be Bernardo Silva, and you already know that we just packed him. So at this stage right here is when I needed to say to myself, okay, you've got to do that next part of the David Luiz squad. You've got to get whatever makes most sense, get that done. Use the duplicate so you don't have to discard this Bernardo Silva. So we end up doing the Celestial, I guess is how it's Celestial. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but basically using fodder and a what did we buy? We bought a Rodri there, and I think we bought a John Stones. So we bought 2 players for that squad. Probably spent 10 or 12k. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, we ended up using some of our first owner players from other squads as well, like Memphis Depay. But it's another part of David Luiz done for a seemingly cheap price, like 10 to 12k on a squad which is probably over 100k to complete. Next up, we get ourselves a Socrates. Oh, good. Again, like all right fodder, not great, but it's the next pack that you guys are wanting to tune into, because obviously the idea of this is, it's to get good fodder, but the main idea is obviously to pack a team of the year player. And I thought, I'm like, oh my god, I know that's a blue. I know that's a team of the year. And we get ourselves team of the year Alisson. So I was like, yes, I've packed a team of the year. And then obviously I saw it was Alisson. I was still kind of like, yes. And then I was like, oh no, we've got Van der Sar. So it's like superb, because I haven't packed a team of the year in like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 years. I can't quite remember. However, it is Alisson. And it's like, it's the worst one you can get, obviously, because of his price. He's like 450k or whatever he is. And also, I already submitted icon swap tokens for a Van der Sar, who I'm really happy with. So I'm at a bit of a quandary right now. I don't know what to do. I packed a team of the year. I actually did it. But yeah, it's not a KDB or a Kante or a Mane. We end up getting ourselves team of the year Alisson, which does leave me in a bit of a pickle. It means that I've potentially wasted 6 icon swap tokens. However, I've got a feeling that I'm not going to like Alisson. People are not saying great things about him. And I currently do really like Van der Sar, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. One thing for certain is that I'm super glad I started the David Luiz SBC rather than the Suarez one, because now I do have that strong link. I've got that Alisson to David Luiz link, and that's probably going to be the play. So that's how everything came into motion. So I sold Delict to make sure that I could spend coins on upgrade packs. And then in my head, I was like, well, we're not going to buy Delict back because we're not going to have enough coins to get him, but I hope to get him back one day. And then in my head, it was like, okay, well, the next best thing to do then is make sure you put that fodder into David Luiz. So we've started doing that. So instead of Delict, we're going to have David Luiz going forward. We'll complete him in tomorrow's episode. And then after that, it was like, well, okay, well, he gets a soft link to Van der Sar because Van der Sar links to anyone. And I should have chemistry sorted because Van der Sar with like PK and David Luiz, well, I can get a link to someone for PK, like Guardiola, and then a strong link to Roberto Carlos for David Luiz. So we should be set. That should be good. We complete another part of David Luiz right here. So there's only one part to go. But we end up submitting, I think it was my only other Gabriel Jesus. So I don't have an informed Gabriel Jesus anymore. I've just got Premier League wise, I've got Rashford and Aubameyang as my strikers, which are still obviously great, isn't it? So yeah, like that's exactly where we're at right now. One squad left to do on David Luiz, and we'll get a better version of him rather than this one. And yes, we have packed ourselves a team of the year blue. So the squad in the coming episodes is either going to be a little bit like this, but with David Luiz in at centre-back, because he would get enough chem like that. Or it will be Toty Alisson in goal. We'll figure it out. You know, there's plenty of stuff we could do. But I am also thinking that I want another player in the squad. I want someone different. I maybe want a Team of the Year player in the squad. For that to happen, well, the only 3 tradable players in that starting 11 right there are the front 3. Either one of them's going in Messi, or 2 of them's going in Mbappe and Neymar. And we will see tomorrow exactly what I have chosen to do. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. We packed a team of the year today, and that is the first time in years that I have done so. So I'm really buzzing, and at the same time, a little bit upset because it was the worst one, and a goalkeeper, which we'd already sorted that position for. But hey, I finally got a blue. I hope you're happy for me. I hope you guys got blues as well. I know plenty of you did. Come follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The links are down below. And hey, have a great day. I'll catch you tomorrow with another very special episode. Peace.